students, how are you? I hope you must be fine with you and yourself and with your family in upbringing, fine, and with your good health also. And you must be enjoying your long-term holidays as too. But it's a high time now, and I will suggest and I will expect from you people that please now awake yourself and now start your concentrating on your studies. Fine. So here, and it is very nice to hear. I'm very happy to just reconnect with you people, and I feel very proud that yes, definitely my students must have remembered me also, right? Okay. So as you know, students, just because of the COVID-19, your seniors have faced a lot of problems. And after all, what the CBSE have decided, they decided just to give the marks according to the internal assessment. Though it is not according to their performance, but still what to do? There is a lot of circumstances which we cannot avoid. So better, that's why I always say whatever the work assignment is given to you, whatever the things is given to you from the school, from the teacher, any class, any subject, please concentrate all are equal. Fine? Because you don't know, you never know how long this COVID-19 will pursue. So better you just focus on your internal also as well as your external also. And plus whatever the assignments have given by all the teachers, complete on time. Please don't delay, don't take it granted, because now you people are into the 12th standard and this is your board class. And this is the class where your aim, where your all the possibilities of the life will head up. Fine? So, this is Anshu, your BST teacher, and I hope you are all fine, and I will start with some BST topics today. As this is the time of the July and we have already studied in the online classes, I have sent you some links in earlier in the month of April and May. So I just want to revise that few chapters for your benefit. So first of all, I just want to revise the first chapter of the BST, that is the chapter 1, Nature and the Significance of the Management. Fine. Now, as you are not aware of what is the management, you are studying for the first time. What do you mean by management? What do you manage? Everybody say, manage this thing, ye kar lo, do this thing, do that thing. So means you have to do, if I give you an example, if there is a marriage ceremony in your house, for example, your younger brother or elder brother or your elder sister, what will happen? How your father or mother manages? Definitely they arrange all the banquet hall, they arrange all the requirements of the marriages and everything, the buffet, the menu, everything, the flower and everything, blah blah blah, everything. So what happened? They are doing right now only, the way only, whatever they have gone somewhere and they have jot down the things. No, it's not the way they are going somewhere, they saw something and they purchased something. It is not that. They must have a planning. They must have a planning for that, and when the planning will they do perfectly, and when that work will completed completely with a perfection, that is known as the management. So in very simple language, if I say management means to manage the things, whatever things. It may be your studies. If I talk about you people, you are a student. You have to manage your subjects. Each subject, you have 6 subjects, and you have to manage each subject. How you will manage? You have the time management, you have the work management, and you have the recreation management also. So you have to manage each and everything, and this is your choice. This is your priority. In which subject, in which area you have to focus more. So this is what? This is a type of management. Okay? Now I'll start with the management. Few concepts are there of the management. The first is the concept of management. What is management? Management concept is based on the 4 things. First, it is a process, getting things done effectively and efficiently. Fine. The process. What is process? Process means it is something, what is process? If I say photosynthesis is a process, what is photosynthesis? It is a what is? It is just taking the water and everything and getting the plants and everything. So everything, air, water and everything is giving again in a management also, one step by step act will happen and it will give a fruitful result. It becomes the process. Fine. Second one is the getting things done. Getting things done means you are not doing all the work, but you are getting things done by the others. And there is a point. If you are only one, you have only two hands, you cannot go everywhere. You are here in Lucknow and the work is in Delhi. What will you do? Definitely you assign some work to the Delhi person, and this is the work. When you are getting the work done through some other people, that is known as the getting work done. And the third one is effectively. Effectively means how minimum time you take to perform the particular work assigned to you. Effectively means if I have given you assignment, submit it tomorrow. Few of your them will submit it tomorrow, few of them day after tomorrow, or maybe they will not submit. But those who have submitted, I have given the time and you have submitted tomorrow, it means they have done their work effectively. Fine? So this means whatever the work is assigned by your superior, by your parents or by your parents, and if you are doing on the minimum time and minimum right area, that is known as your effectively. Fourth one is efficiently. Efficiently means you have any potential to do the work effectively. You are very high speed person. You are a very energetic person. You have performed the work within 1 day. But how you have performed, what the cost you have performed, that definitely matters. When this is the matter of the point, it becomes the efficient work that it requires the minimum cost. Means effectively a work which is performed effectively and efficiently. Means that is the minimum time as well as the minimum cost. If you perform like this, it means your work has been completed very, very desired manner and you have all the knowledge of the management. Fine. But students, in the examination, in the CBSE examination, there is a conflict and sometimes they ask, what do you mean by effective and what do you mean efficient? So right here I just want to explain you that effectively means doing the right things. Effectively means doing the right things. Means you have to perform the right work. And efficiently means doing the things right. Already you have performed the right thing, but how you perform the right, that is the efficient. So that's why in a nutshell, if we can say what is a management? You know it is a process. You know it is a getting the work done. You know it is an efficient work. You know it is an effective work. So if we correlate all the concept of the management, we can say and we can now get the definition that the management is a process of getting things done from others efficiently and effectively. Okay, now here managers are not what? I always say management, if you do an MBA, it doesn't mean you have all the knowledge of the management. No, you are only trained as a manager and then you have to perform and then you have to see the circumstances and then you have to manage based on all these three concepts. Okay, so management is understood. Now jot down all the points quickly. Okay students, you must have noted down all the points regarding the concept of the management. Now the second topic of this first chapter is the nature and the characteristics of the management. What do you mean by nature? What do you mean? If you say that person's nature is very bad, I say my nature is very good. What do you mean by that? Nature means the basic thing that you already have exists in your personality. The same way, the management has the basic natures. It cannot be changed. It will only multiply. It will not change. It cannot be converted into anything others. And second one is the characteristics. Characteristics means features. Almost, if I say that both the things are the same thing, but we are just pronounced it definitely in a different way. Sometimes we say it's in nature. Sometimes we say the characteristics. But originally we say both combined together and we can say they are the features of the management. Fine. So let's see about the characteristics of the management. First one is continuous process. What do you mean by continuous? What do you mean by continuous? Continuous means it is going on and on and on for every time. Yes, definitely. The management is a continuous process. Why we say it's a continuous? Because Management, I give you example, if you have a marriage ceremony in your house, so what is the parent will do? Definitely they will do some planning, they will do some organizing, they will do some coordination and controlling everything. So when we have all the functions, different functions, we are correlating together in a same process, and that is why it is known as a continuous process. Because once one thing is completed, we will not wait for the second one. We will not wait for let the thing start. We will start with the first process, and it will go continuously in a circle. If I say, for example, the first function of the if I give you example, the first function of the management is the planning, and last function of the management is the controlling. Means when we plan, then we can control. And after controlling, it means the plan has been, whatever the objective we have selected, that has been completed. So after completion, what will do? Is it idle? No. What will start? We start with the next another objective. So that means we again start with the planning. That's why I say the management is a continuous process. It is never ending process. Second one is a goal oriented process. What is goal? Goal means, you can say aim, you can say objective, anything. The goal means every business, every personal human being, everyone has a goal in his life, or every business has a goal in their business. Without goal, nobody can survive in this world, because without goal, their life or the business life is without value. Okay, so here the goal oriented process, because business means to gain something. To gain something means you have to earn the profit, and profit not in terms of anybody's harm, but definitely in terms of you're giving the personal and social both the objective, fulfilling both the objective as well as the financial objective. If I give you an example, if a company is there, company what will do? Definitely they'll start a business, they will set up the business, they'll start with some few workers, and when they start with doing them, so first of all what they will have a goal, they have to earn the profit. So once they have earned the profit, so what they will, definitely they will, if the profit is much higher as expected, so they will give the bonus to the workers. And when they give the bonus to the workers, so what will that? It will be fulfillment of the goal of the personal. Personal means the workers' individual goals. So that's why we say that it is a goal oriented. It is not only a group goal. It is not only individual, but it is a combination of both the business as well as the person, individual. Fine. Next is, it is a dynamic function. What is dynamic? Dynamic, we say, if I saw some celebrity Bollywood star, we say, wow, what a dynamic personality he has, or what a dynamic personality she has. What do you mean by? Means that is a pleasing personality. Fine. So that's why only we see the business also. If a business is started with some few amounts, and now after 2 years the business is into a extreme, it means that definitely that business has got the dynamic personality and dynamic function. How it is the dynamic function? Because that business is changed according to the environment changes. If I am a teacher, if I know earlier what happened with the teacher used to take a stick and sit and they just teach the students. The moment the students do some misbehave, they will take out the stick and give a hit on their back. But nowadays, if the time has changes, everybody has their laws, rules and regulations has changed. Now the teacher and the student relation have become very friendly. Now the teacher doesn't hit in the back, but definitely they will hit in their mind, so that they can learn and they can feel what the teacher wants and what the teacher is expecting. So that's why the business is a dynamic function, because it changed according to, it adjusts themselves according to the environment. Fine. The fourth one is multi-dimensional. This is a very important topic, because all the activities, all the value-based questions, all the case studies will based on 2-3 characteristics of the management. First of all, this is dynamic function and multi-dimensional and the group activity. Multi-dimensional is one of the most important topic, because why we say multi-dimensional means the business is doing not a single work but a very lot of work. How? Because they manage the work. The business is art of doing managing the work. they will do the work through the different people. Second one, the management of people, that they manage the people also. And third, they manage the operation. You know, all business have the different departments. They have a departmentation for like marketing, finance, personal, HR, different. So how they will do? They will correlate together, they coordinate together, and they give the fruitful, and they accomplish the objectives. So that's why multidimensional is based on the three things, that is the management of work, management of people, and management of operation. Now the last one, that is the fifth one, group activity. As we have studied earlier, management is the process of getting things done by others. Others means not only single person, but as a group of person. So management is a group activity which is for the people and by the people. And whatever you understood about for the people and by the people, as you have already studied in the civics, what do you mean? That means I have to do work and I have to make them to do work. This is the group activity. Management cannot be done in a single-handed. It always required a team, and when the team is strong, definitely the result will be strong. Okay, so this is what the characteristics of the management. Now please note down all the necessary points. Okay students, understood? Okay, what are the characteristics of the management? Now let's start with the objectives of management. What are your objectives? I already told you it is a aim or goal of any organization. It may be definitely any organization aim. If we talk regarding the profit, but it is not only that only the profit is the base of the objectives of the management. There are three types of objectives. First one, organizational. Second one, social, and third is the personal. First of all, we take over the organizational objectives. What is the organizational objectives? Organization means that comes from the organization, that is the business. Business is an organization. And organizational objective, what we expect it? Definitely, if you see the point of view of the business, what is the main objective of the organization? Means if they have started, they have to survive. First one is the survival. Second, if they have survived, definitely they require the growth. The second one is the growth. And after that, when they have the growth, definitely after some time they want some profit, and that is the third point is the profit. So organizational objective is the survival, growth, as well as the profit. Second one, the social. Social means every time the business cannot think about themselves only. They have to, because business is also, we are starting the business into the society, so we have to think about the society. We have to serve the society. So how will we serve the society? Definitely we are making the product, we are making the commodities, we are making the goods, we are producing to the consumers, we are giving the facility to the consumers. But how? What are the criteria? What are the things on which the goods are depend? Definitely there are social responsibilities which are towards the different societies of the people. It may be a customer, it may be a suppliers, it may be a manufacturers, it may be self also, it may be the government also, anyone. So the business is not only based on the organization, means their own profit, but they have to think about the social responsibilities also. In this case, how we can satisfy the social? We can satisfy by giving the good quality products. We can satisfy by giving government, how we satisfy the government. If we want to survive, definitely we have to happy the governments. And how the government will be happy? If we pay the taxes on time. And thirdly, if we have a fair dealing with the suppliers. Because if we have a good conduct, we have a good public relation, definitely the suppliers can help it out, and in the crisis also they can help us in the very good manner. So if these three things are based properly and we follow properly, so our social objectives must be fulfilled. But management main objective is not totally based on the profit as well as the social, but it is the personal also. Personal means management is I told you, management is a process, and it is getting the things done by others. Others means the employees. So what is the employees? What is the expectation of the employees? If I as an employee in doing the work into the institution, what I expect? Definitely I expect the good remuneration. I expect the recognition. I expect expect that everybody will recognize me, the student can listen to me, I can command the students, I have a grip of the students. So what it will automatically, it may be a monetary, it may be non-monetary. Both the will accompany, then it will become the personal objectives. Fine. So here we understood the what, according to the employee, as a being the employee of the organization, what are the personal objectives of the employee. First one, they require a fair remuneration, and the business should give the fair remuneration to each and every employee. Second is, there must be a job security. What is the job security? It's not that 1 month we have done and next month the student will say, now you get out from this, I don't require you. Everyone in their life, when they are doing the job, they are coming out from the house, they want the job secured. That's why they can continue on with a particular organization. Third one is the congenial working environment. What do you want congenial? Congenial means it's a khushnuमा. If you say na, it's a very healthy, very exciting. When I go to that place, I feel like that every time I used to come over here. So that environment is a responsibility of the organization that they should give to the employees, so that each and every employee, they will enjoy coming over there, and when they are happy with their environment, definitely work like anything, and they will providely, they will work in a very efficient and effective way. In return, what happened? They will fulfill the organizational goal. Okay, is it clear? These are three things which is very, very important as the objectives of the management. Okay students, I understood the objectives of the management. Now again, this is a very, very important topic that most of the time we say management is science, management is art, and management is a profession. So what is the difference between them? How can we say that the management is an art, management is science and a profession? Here are some different points where we can judge that what we say, but as usually we say in the Ramzan, we say that the management is both art as well as the science. But how? Let's see. First of all, we say management as an art. What is an art? Art means it's a skill that you have already in yourself. You have to just take out from yourself. That is known as the art. Art means it is a critical knowledge. It is an art. A painter. A painter is painting that canvas. Do you think everybody can paint a canvas? No. Yes, definitely everybody can paint a canvas. But do you think everybody will like that canvas? Not at all. Why? Because you don't have. If I don't have any theoretical knowledge of the art, how can I draw any line? How can I do the sketching? How can I do the painting? But a painter can do. Why he can do? Because he has a lot of knowledge, lot of theoretical knowledge regarding a particular field. That's why we say that the art management is a theoretical knowledge, because it is based on all the theories that is given by the Henry Fayol and the Taylor. Okay? Second one is a personalized application. Why we say personalized application? Because in management, a marketing manager is appointed in a company, and he has to perform the work of finance. Do you think he can perform? No. Why? Because he doesn't know anything ABCD about the finance. How can he perform how can he make the balance sheet of the company? He cannot perform, because he is not personalized in a particular application. For finance sector, a person required who is based on, who has critical knowledge in the finance. That's why we say management is an art when he has got the management has got the personalized application. The third one is the creativity. I told you we have the two important points, that is effectiveness and the efficiency. Okay? One, effective means the right thing, and effectiveness means things right and right things. Both the things are there. This is the what time you perform and how you perform. That is both the things that both the things comes into the creativity. Every person, if I give an example, there is a 10 employee in an organization, and 5 of them have given the same work assignment. But do you think that all the 5 will do the work in the same way? No. Why? Because some have more efficiency, some have less efficiency. Some will take out a new step, take out a new idea, and they do the work very creatively. So what happened? The art, why we say the management is an art? Because it is a creative activity a person slap to me, you can react on this way only. What is this? This is a cause and effect. If I said politely to you, don't do this, so you will okay. But I say, don't do this. So what happens? Definitely you say, why you have given this way, ma'am? So this is the cause and effect relationship. Whatever we perform, whatever we do, it will definitely give the effect to our result. Fine. Next is based on the experiment. Science is based on the experiment. We cannot be based on the theories. We cannot say only the based on the theories. If, for example, if a selling person or a salesperson goes out to the market and a company has said go and sell all these products. When he goes to the market and he saw how can I sell these products? Already there are a lot of products available in the market. So what is the speciality of the salesperson? He has to convince the customers. But how he will convince? Because his product is same as others are. So what happened? This is based on the experiment. He will learn how to identify both the things and how to compare both the things so that the customer will encourage or induce the consumers to purchase their product. So this is based on the experiment. When we step out, when we do a work, when we do some work, then we will find out how the work will be completed. And the last one is, it is a universal validity. Definitely as a science experiment, if something is happened, some research has been successful. Okay, if I could talk about right now the COVID-19. If any country who will just make a vaccine of the COVID-19, definitely that would be the universal validity. And it will apply to everyone, it will successful, it will become the universal validity. Means that country has given a fruitful result. How? Through all the systematized knowledge, all the based on the experiment, all the cause and effect, and after that, when they have successfully, they have given the universal validity to all over the world. This is known as the universal validity. That's why we say manage, according to the manage is also both art as well as the science. We cannot identify manual as the art and manual as science. Sometimes we require the art, sometimes we require the science. Right? But third terminology again comes, that is apart from the science and art, that is a profession. What profession? What is profession? A doctor is practicing, it means a profession. A CA is practicing, CA is a is a profession. Why is a profession? Because he may or he may not work in an organization, or he may not start with their own venture. Okay? So when a person is personalized in his own app and he is registered under some professional association and he is eligible to do or perform his work individually without any name of the organization, that the person is known as the professor. That the person is a profession. Right? The profession means well-defined body of knowledge. A profession has a well-defined, if a doctor is there, so he will only treat the patient. If CA is there, he will only do the balancing of the financing of the company. If there is some other hotel, for example, celebrity is there, so what is the celebrity is doing? He is doing only the acting. So he is totally fulfilled their life into that particular field only, and they will perform for a whole life into that particular profession. So this is known as a well-defined body of knowledge. Second one is the restricted entry. Everybody cannot become the doctor, everybody cannot become the engineer, everybody cannot become the CA. It requires a full knowledge of a particular stream. That's why there is a limited person who are entering into the particular profession. And there are different groups in which we can say he is that as a profession, he is that as a profession. Right? The third one is ethical code of conduct. They have to be ethical. For example, a doctor. A doctor is not supposed to take extra charges from the patient as prescribed by the government. If I say right now the COVID-19 is going on, if anybody say he admit the person into the hospital and he charges the lakhs, it is wrong. It is unethical. The ethics says that the doctor should do all the work or should follow the rules and regulations given by the government. If he do so for himself, for the self motive, it becomes the unethical. That's why the profession always ethical code of conduct. You should always follow this. Next is the service motive. A profession, they have definitely every both the motive, the social as well as the organizational. In profession, the people also have both the motives and organization as well as the individual as well as the social. They have to fulfill the individual because that profession is their earning, but apart from that, they have to serve the society because professions are the people who are specialized in some particular area. For example, if there is a type of crisis, if there is need of the crisis, at that time the doctor will go to the particular place and they treat the people, and they will not charge anything from the people because it is a disaster and they have to treat them like complete without any money. These are the things where we can say management is a art, management is a science as well as the profession. Fine, okay. Now this is up to you. This is clear for the today. This end of the today's class. So jot down all the points, and please whatever the homework I have given you already